Hello everyone, this is class 33 on subject income tax. Today we are going to start with unit 3, that is deductions under section 80C to 80U. Let us see the introduction of this unit. Indian tax laws contain certain provisions for achieving some socio-economic objectives. These provisions are contained in chapter 6A and are in the form of deductions under section 80C to 80U from the gross total income. These provisions reduce tax liability and increases post-tax income. Meaning of this is that the Income Tax Act has certain provisions for individual as well as Hindu undivided families to reduce their tax liability and to increase their post-tax income through certain provisions which are given under chapter 6A, that is, you can invest, you can deposit, or you can spend some amount of money out of your gross total income under section 80, that is from section 80C to 80U. And thus you can reduce your tax liability and you can increase your post-tax income. Let us first see how we calculate total income which is liable to tax. There are total 5 heads of income. First head of income is income from salaries. Second, income from house property. Third, profits and gains from business and profession. Fourth, income from capital gains. Fifth, income from other sources. First, all these 5 heads of income are added. From this total income, we deduct set-offs and carry forward of losses that has happened in the previous year. After deducting this amount, the balance that we get is known as gross total income. And from gross total income, we claim deduction under chapter 6A, that is deductions from section 80C to 80U, and the remaining balance is known as total income. This total income is also known as taxable income. That means on this total income itself, the tax liability of an individual is computed. So the procedure of computation of tax income liable to tax is very simple. That is, first we add all the 5 heads of income, then we give effect of set off and carry forward of losses. Thus we get the gross total income. From gross total income we claim the deduction from section 80C to 80U, and the remaining balance is known as total income. Let us now understand the rules for deduction under section 80. Rule number 1 is the aggregate amount of deduction cannot exceed gross total income. That means, suppose your gross total income is rupees 5 lakh, you cannot show deductions more than 5 lakh rupees. It has to be less than rupees 5 lakh. Therefore, first rule says that the aggregate amount of deduction cannot exceed gross total income. Second rule, these deductions are allowed only if assessee claims and gives proof of such investment expenditure or income. This means there is no compulsion that you have to claim deduction under section 80C to 80U. No. An assessee can claim deduction only if he wished to. Suppose my gross total income is rupees 5 lakh per annum, that is my yearly gross total income is 5 lakh rupees, and my deduction from section 80C to 80U is rupees 1 lakh. But I do not want to claim deduction under section 80C to 80U In that case, there is no compulsion on me that I should claim the deduction. Only if I wish, only if the assessee wish to claim for the deduction can claim, otherwise no. Rule number 3, deduction is allowed if actually the amount is paid, deposited or invested. I would like to explain this with an example. Suppose I say that I am going to invest in life insurance policy, that is I am going to take life insurance policy on my name. I cannot claim deduction on the life insurance policy that I am going to take in the future. If already I have taken a life insurance policy on my name or on the name of my family, only in that case I can claim deduction. Therefore, deduction is allowed only if actually the amount is paid, deposited or it is invested. Next, deduction is allowed if the income is computed as per the provisions of Income Tax Act. To claim deduction also, you need to compute your tax liability as per the provisions of Income Tax Act. Only then you can claim deduction. Next, returns of income is to be filed within the specified time limit. Next part, there are certain exceptions. The deduction under section 80C to 80U is not allowed from the following incomes. Number 1, on long term capital gain you cannot claim any deduction under section 80C to 80U. It is completely taxable to this income is completely taxable. You cannot claim any deduction under section 80C to 80U on long term capital gain. On short term capital gain you can claim deduction, but on shares which are subject to security transaction tax covered under section 111A, you cannot claim any deduction. Third, on casual incomes. Casual incomes are betting, gambling, lotteries, card games, horse race. If you have earned any such casual incomes, you cannot claim deduction under section 80C to 80U on these incomes. Next, income referred under section 115. That means share of association of persons or body of individual, etc. You cannot claim deduction under section 80C to 80U. So these are the 4 exceptions on which the deduction under section 80C to 80U is not allowed. One is long term capital gain. Second is short term capital gain on shares which are subject to security transaction tax covered under section 111A, casual income, and section 115. Coming to the important part, categories of deductions. Categories of deductions, there are total 4 parts. Part 1 is to encourage saving among the individuals and Hindu undivided families. That is, they should inculcate the habit of savings. Part 1 deductions are allowed. Part 2 deductions are for certain personal expenditure of an individual. Part 3 is for socially desirable activities such as donations. And part 4 is for physically disabled persons. If the assessee is physically disabled, then part 4 deductions are allowed. In the beginning, we are going to study part 1 deduction. That is, part 1 deduction is for to encourage the savings. There are certain deductions that comes under part 1. They are deduction under section 80C, deduction under section 80CCC, deduction under section 80CCD subsection 1, deduction under section 80CCE, For all these sections, you can claim maximum amount of rupees 1,50,000 as deduction, but additional amount of deduction, that is up to rupees 50,000, you can claim deduction under section 80 CCD subsection 1B. Let us understand the features of deduction that can be claimed under part 1. Number 1, it is available from gross total income, and it is available for individuals and HUF only. A company, a partnership firm, association of persons cannot claim deduction under section 80C to 80U. It is only individuals and Hindu undivided families that can claim deduction from gross total income only. And the second feature is the amount deductible under this section is the actual amount of qualifying investment, contribution or deposit or payments made by the taxpayer or the assessee during the previous year, or 1,50,000, whichever is less. For example, as I have told you, I have invested rupees or I have spent 1 lakh rupees under section 80C. The maximum amount that I can claim under section 80C is 1,50,000, but I have spent how much? Only rupees 1 lakh. Now I can claim either 1 lakh or 1,50,000, whichever amount is less. So what is the amount deductible for me from my gross total income? It is only 1 lakh rupees. So read second feature once again. The amount deductible under this section is the actual amount of qualifying investment. So the actual amount I have invested or deposited is 1 lakh. One thing you need to remember is that amount has to be spent, invested or deposited in the previous year only. You cannot claim deduction on the amount you have spent, deposited 4 years back or 5 years back. You can claim deduction on the amount that you have spent in the previous year only. The actual amount or the maximum limit of rupees 1,50,000, whichever is less. And one more thing, additional 50,000 rupees can be claimed as deduction under section 80 CCD subsection 1B. That is 50,000 additional deduction can be claimed under this section, but the maximum limit is 1,50,000 plus 50,000 under section 80 CCD subsection 1B. So total it comes to 2 lakh. If there is no amount invested under section 80 CCD 1B, then it is only 1,50,000 rupees, which is the maximum amount of deduction any individual or Hindu undivided family can claim under section 80C. I hope you have understood the features. In next class, we are going to start with deduction under section 80C, that is part A, contributions made in the provident fund, that is statutory provident fund, recognized provident fund, public provident fund, etc. So next class we start with the practical part of this unit.